Alright guys, we're back here on Retroactivemart and it is Atari time. If you watched the last video, you found or you seen me find this at Mission Thrift with all the games and stuff in it. A super cool Atari Junior, Atari 2600 Junior. This is the short rainbow version. The other versions are called the long rainbow version, and this rainbow here is all the way across on this silver front there. But this one is the short rainbow version. I don't know if they're much rarer or more scarce than the regular rainbow version, but yeah, that's what I found out. This is Atari 2600 Junior Rainbow short rainbow version. So, if you didn't see the clip of me finding this in Mission Thrift, I'll put it in here now, and I'll be back with you in a little bit. So guys, we're here in Mission Thrift, and look at this. I found an Atari 2600 for $25. Comes with a bunch of games. Look at that. Power cord, but no controllers. But that's a cool find for $25. $25, I don't know, might get it here at Mission Thrift. Amazing. We'll see if we pick it up. I'm not sure. Might be cool. Some of the games are very cool. So, yeah. We will see. Alright. Talk to you later. Alright, and we're back from the clip from me finding this at Mission Thrift. So, let's dig into this right now and open it up. And I don't know how I'm going to do this. But let's see. The top of the bag rips open. So, there we go. Let's take a look at the games first. Here's the first game. This one is Galaxian. Right? Yeah, Galaxian. That's cool. The game looks to be okay shape. So that's game number one, Galaxian. And here's the classic Asteroids. How many of you remember this game? Asteroids, very cool, popular game for the Atari 2600. Game number two. Here's game number three. Ooh, we have Space Shuttle, A Journey into Space. Conceived and designed by Steve Kitchen for the Atari 2600 video computer system. Interesting. That's 3 games. How many games are in here? Here's number 4. We have Missile Command, another popular game back in the day. Missile Command for Atari. That was our 4th game. Here's our 5th game. We have Grand Prix. A racing game, Activision on the back. So that's pretty cool. That is, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 games. And here is game number 6. We have Defender for the Atari. So that is cool. There's 6 games, guys. Wow. And then, like I said, it has the power cord, but no controllers, which is too bad. I have to pick up some controllers. But here's the power cord. I think it looks like an original power cord. Yeah, it is. There's the plug-in power supply for use with video game console. There you go. So we got that, and then even some manuals here, guys. take a look at some of the manuals. Atari Force. That's interesting. What is this? Wow, it's like a little mini comic book? Interesting. I never even knew something like this existed. Atari Force. What year? It says Atari Force Volume 1, Number 1 from 1982. So I don't know what that is. But anyways, that was in there. Atari Force. Here is a flight manual for Space Shuttle, A Journey into Space. So we got a manual for that game. That's cool. And then we got Asteroids manual. Huh. So we do have some manuals in here at least. So that is cool. There's the color manuals for this game. Cool. That's Asteroids. And then we have Defender. The Defender game manual. See, it also is in color. Rescue the humanoids. Dun dun dun. So cool. So there's that one. And then we also have Missile Commands manual in here. That's cool. Another manual. Oh, here's an Atari catalog. Now this is really cool. I betcha it has some video games in it. Yeah, it says right there, 45 game program cartridges catalog. Let's take a look at this. So cool. Wow, there's the games that are in there. I'm not going to read them all, but you can see what it is. There's the Atari ad. This is really cool. Super Breakout. Pac-Man. There's Pac-Man. I'll get a closer look at it. The screenshot of the game. Pac-Man. What else? Oh, and then all of those games. Circus Atari. Human Cannibal. Maze Craze. Skydiver. Video Pinball. Wow. Space Station. Defender. Yar's Revenge. That's a cool game. I remember playing that as a kid. Asteroids, of course, I remember. Space Invaders. Space War. Missile Command. This is a cool catalog. Classics Corner. Look at the UFO there. Woo! Oh, then we have Backgammon, Casino, Othello, 3D Tic-Tac-Toe, Video Checkers, and Video Chess. Wow. Cool. Adventure Territory. Haunted House. Then we have, oh, Superman Adventure. Let's take a closer look at the Superman game. Look at that. Does that look like Superman? That's pretty funny. But graphics back then, this was an amazing, amazing system. And then we have Racetrack with Dodgem and Indy 500, Night Driver, Slot Racers, Street Racer. Cool. And then the Sports Arena to end it off. With all the sports game. There's basketball. They even had bowling? I didn't know that. Look at the bowling game. Wow. Football, golf, home run, Pele's soccer, Video Olympics, and Combat Zone. Wow, that's really cool. So cool. And there's the end of it. What's in this one? Oh, some other games. And then it shows a picture of the modular cartridge library where you could store them all in. Look at that, that's pretty cool. The game program case and the game center. Wow. And then it tells you what controllers each game plays or each game uses. So that is a cool find. And then here's the Galaxian manual in there. That's cool. And then the Atari Video Computer System catalog. Another catalog. Wow. So that is really neat. To see these catalogs, you don't see those very often. So anyways, maybe we won't go through that one as much. This is an older, or I mean a bigger one with a lot of different games in it. But that's cool. Home run game program. Very cool. All right, so those are the manuals and everything. And then to top it off, here is the system itself. Let's take a look at that. Now, it's untested. Well, I haven't tested it yet, so I'm hoping it works. Maybe I'll show you a video of it to see if it turns on. And there you see at the bottom, that's what it is, Atari 2600. There's the ID number, or serial number, whatever you want to call it. And on this end, the controllers go in there and you plug it in. So yeah, and it did not come with the RF switch or the RCA switch, whatever it is. So I went to a video game store here in my city called High Tech Game Traders, and the guy told me this one should work for it, and it's meant for Sega. So I hope it does work. I don't know if he's correct in that, but we'll find out if it works. So I got that, so at least I can hook it up to the TV and see if it runs. So there we go. This is really interesting me. Have never heard of Atari Force. It's a little mini comic book. So that's pretty cool. And then here's the rest of our manuals. And then the games, the 6 games: Defender, Grand Prix, Missile Command, Space Shuttle, A Journey into Space, Asteroids, and Galaxian. So we will see if this works, guys. And I'll be back and maybe we'll have it hooked up and I'll show you on video here if it works. All right, guys, take care. Thanks for joining me. Thumbs up, and we'll see you soon with the bonus. Hopefully the system works. Okay, guys, bye-bye. See ya. All right, guys, and we're back. And I've got the Atari hooked up to the TV here now. And we're going to try the Space Shuttle, A Journey into Space on the TV. And let's see what happens here. Let's flip it on and find out. And there we go. Get rid of that on the screen. And it's on. But it has very bad static and noise issues, so maybe my the RF adapter is not working properly, or the capacitors in the machine itself is shot and not working properly. So anyways, I'm going to remove my flash. There we go. Now there's no more glare on the TV. Now you can see what it's doing. And yeah, so I don't know. Maybe it is an RF issue. Maybe it's the capacitors in the old Atari Junior 2600. I don't know, but I do know that the machine works and we have it hooked up and it's playing. So I'm not sure, but We got a bit of static, so maybe I'll try a different RF adapter or whatever and see what happens, or maybe it has to be cleaned. There's the sound on it now, you can hear. I don't have any controllers with it either, so I cannot try it out. But the sound seems to work not too bad. It's just all the static. The static is really bad. I'm going to turn that down. So I don't know. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. And this was the bonus part of the video. And the system works, sort of. All right. See you later. Bye-bye.